What is going on, true believers? I hope you're having a great morning. My name is Bleez. We're here to talk about Donald Trump today because Trump just announced that he intends on day one to create a strategic Bitcoin reserve. Also, it's looking like today he's going to be meeting with the CEO of SoftBank. Why SoftBank? Because that is a digital and financial institution, big in technology and technological and digital asset investment structure. So this is probably going to be great for crypto. Also, it looks like Donald Trump is going to tap Brian Quintenz as the head of the CFTC, a pro-crypto advocate. Also, he made a statement just recently that he intends to make the U.S. the #1 company for digital assets in the world. And he wants to fast track crypto adoption. Brian Quintenz is going to be the point man to get these things fast tracked to make sure that we have that. But one of the important parts is in order to do that, we're going to need energy independence, because if we're going to lure people to come over to the United States to mine Bitcoin, if we're going to increase our mining exposure, then we have to increase our energy infrastructure and our energy grid so that we don't have like rolling brownouts like they've had in Texas a couple of times, to the point that in fact, the Bitcoin mining facility sold energy to the Texas power grid about 2 years ago when they were having these kind of issues. But we're having energy strains in New York where there's some miners, stuff like that. And Pennsylvania, I think, is also one where we're having some energy grid issues. So if that is the case, then all of these things are going to be here to improve the way that we're doing our business in the United States, and thus increasing mass adoption for cryptocurrency in the United States. Also, if you're wondering why Bitcoin started pumping and Bitcoin is at 105.58, up 2% on the day, while Ethereum, while everything else is down except for Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the only thing pumping right now. Why is that? Well, Michael Saylor stepped in, and Michael Saylor bought another 15,000 Bitcoin last night. And XRP had $145 million in inflows, which to me means that more than likely we're going to see a big pump on XRP coming soon. But look, there's a lot of them that are overdue right now. Not only do we have Bitcoin needing to pump a little bit higher to kick off an altcoin season, but we've got Ethereum, which is kind of languishing around 4,000 because it just hasn't broken out yet. XRP had a nice breakout, but it didn't continue its breakout. Solana is dragging things down despite golden statistics. For whatever reason, Solana just cannot seem to get over that 260 hump and just continue on and get us to that 400 to that 420 number. I want to say, whatever the number is, it just can't seem to get motivated to get there, despite the fact that it is still outperforming Ethereum in all the ways that matter. So we're going to talk about all that and more. Make sure you hit the like button on your way in. This is not financial advice, but I'm always right.
It's your boy Bleed. Everybody listen up. Let's get it. I'm trying to put money in your pocket. That crypto wallet. That bing bada bing ching ching big profit. Even when the market's sideways, I'm looking for ways to get paid. I'm checking my coins around breakfast, then again around bedtime. Bet this, it's not financial advice, but I'm always right. 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 I'm always right.
All right, guys. So just to be clear here, I've got I'm working on a new setup here. I'm not completely ready. Camera sitting in this spot right here. I don't think that's going to be the final location for it. I think I'm going to move it over this way just a little bit. But I got a new lighting system over here. I don't have it dialed in just exactly right. So it's going to be a little bit, going to take me a couple days to get everything the way that I actually want it. So with apologies, ignore the mess. By that, I mean me. And, let's see what happens. Now, Amit is in with the $5 bomb. Want to talk about Tema. So let's look at Tema real quick. For those of you that don't know, we did promote Tema a while back, and we thought that it was going to have, we thought that it was going to have just a magnificent little pump, right? And guess what? It did. And not only did it have that big pump, it just continued on. Now, I am no longer a holder of Tema. For clarification here, I got in around right over here, right before the big breakout right here. And then when it broke out, I sold up here in this little range right here at 208. And then it dumped back down, and I didn't accumulate. I just kind of skipped on it. And I said, you know what? If they want to reach out to me and do another promo or something like that, then sure, let's do it. Otherwise, I'm going to sit this on the sidelines. And then it pumped one more time, and then it dumped again, and then it came back up, and it's testing that top again. So just to give you guys an idea here, Tema is about to break out. Like everything about this, if you just kind of zoom out here and you see still trading 1 million in volume, it's still feeling like it wants to break to new highs. And, for the best comparison, and it's by market cap, it's not the same. I want to stress that first. But if you look at it from this context and you look at it from the standpoint of, let's go to 1 day here, and you look at it from CC Coin, you see this, how this is just, it's working so hard. It's ready for that next big pump and breakout. Well, I think Tema is the same way. Like it's continuing, and it's going to have a big breakout. And here's the thing, for those of you that don't know, Tema was actually the raccoon that was the quote unquote brother of Peanut for that family that had the pet squirrel up in New York. Well, they also had a raccoon. That raccoon's name was Tema. And I think that, as the days continue on, I think people are going to get kind of excited about it, and that we'll probably see we'll probably see a nice little breakout for Tema. I would predict 100 million market cap. So in my opinion, an easy 10x from here, taking it to 100 million market cap. So if you want to get in on Tema, then certainly go check it out. And let's get back into it, and let's check out what's going on with the rest of the market. Now, before we get started, let's just go through. I'm holding Magnus right now, the emotional support dog, and I would like to see a little breakout for that one to get up here into this all-time high one more time. See it have a nice little breakout. Now, these guys seem to be committed to it long-term, and it's happening, and they launched in what they thought was going to be the start of the bull market, but in fact, it was not the start of the bull market. It's been kind of a drag at this point. We really haven't seen the explosive move that we originally saw at the end of November. So now we're just having to eat December so far and, wait for that breakout. It hasn't broken out yet. So when it breaks out, again, I think it'll do the all-time high. So I'm going to hold it for the all-time high. My bag is $200. So if it 5Xs, that'll be $1,000, and then I'll be done. And that'll be my move right there. I'll take 800 and I'll keep my 200 in, and we'll see what happens. Now, for anybody who's in the DevvE ecosystem, FIAS has launched today. Let's move to the 1 hour so you can see what's going on over there. It launched originally down here at about 1.8 cents, which was the spot where it was going to be originally, and then it started to pump super hard in the beginning to 3.6 cents. That was up 100%. Then it crashed back down, and it's forming like a little wedge. You can see here. I mean, it's a clear wedge. So I don't know if there's going to be a breakout or not, but I mean, and by the way, we're doing this, but I mean, Jesus Christ, it's a couple hours so far. So is the wedge going to break out would be the question. And I don't know the answer to that. Here's what I do know, right? Has an $8 million market cap, has 24-hour volume of 187,000 so far, 222,000 in liquidity. Now, if you have not already, I'm going to recommend, before you make a buy on FIAS, know this: I am a holder. I hold 62 Well, when it's all said and done, I'll hold like 75,000. So as holders go, I'm not going to be up here in the big leagues, if you will, of holders. I'm not going to be on page 2 of the big league of holders. I'm not going to be on page 3. I'm not going to be on page, well, actually, I might be on page, maybe I'm on page 4. Maybe I'll be on page 4. But 62.5 is where I'm going to be down here. F88E, that's going to be me right there. So I hold 62,500 of these tokens. Okay. When it goes up to 8 cents or so, that'll be about $5,000. That's the way it works. And I bought 20,000 more. I bought 20,000 more during the hack when it got hacked and their wallet got hacked. About 20,000 more to protect the floor. So they're going to give me more tokens for that. So I think they're going to give me something like 80% of what I bought or something like that. So I'll have another 16,000. So I'll move into the 78,000 range is what I'll be probably holding at that point. So I'll be I'll be a holder and we'll see what happens with it. But here's the thing. For those of you that don't understand why I'm bullish on FIAS, FIAS is going to be the gas that runs the gaming ecosystem for the DevvE project. Now, if you are following me because of DevvE, then you will know that DevvE broke out something fierce, had a huge rally, and just cooked. Went from like a $5 million market cap to a $30 million market cap over the last just over the last 2 months or so. You can see right here that it's kind of breaking down from this point right here. It reached the top at $1. So once you got to $1, then you have to have a correction. And when you look at it from, sideways action here, impulse move right here, 100% gain off of it, and impulse move. You look at it from this, you've already come back in here into the golden zone. So I would expect a breakout one more time, maybe to the 236, because if you break it down like on the 1 hour, then you will see that it already did what I'm talking about. And that is, it came up off of its impulse move right here, came to the top at $1, and then it broke back down into the golden zone at 0.5, and then it came back up to 236. Then it came back down. And remember what I told you guys, what I tell you, if you haven't at this point, what it does is it goes up here, it comes back down, it goes to the 236, it comes back down for another test, and then that's where it breaks out and it goes and it tests the all-time high one more time. And if it goes and it tests the all-time high one more time, then it breaks out and goes to that golden zone. Okay, so that golden zone is going to be $1.81. Now, the problem with that is that right there at about $1.15 is a lot of resistance. So there could be, it could be a very interesting play on DevvE over the next little while. But accompanying DevvE in this whole thing is that FIAS token. That is the gas that's going to run Taunt. That's going to be the gas that runs LitCraft. It's going to be the gas that runs everything in this ecosystem. So if you haven't already, you might want to get yourself, and by the way, this is down at the bottom. The launch price right here was 1.8 cents. It's at 2.28 right now. This is about as close to the bottom as you're going to get. And look, I don't have any pretenses that it's going to do 100 billion market cap or anything like that. If this thing were to run up to 100 million market cap, I would be more than happy with my position at that point. Okay, I don't have any high aspirations about it as the gas that runs the video game portion of this ecosystem. Like I think that that's necessary, and I think that that's going to be explosive when the timing is right for gaming, right? So I'm going to hold on for dear life. And remember, this is part of the Forever Foundation. This is part of DevStream. This is part of this entire ecosystem. So you should be, if you're bullish on DevvE, you should really be bullish on this one. So let's see what happens with FIAS over the next little while. By the way, just so you guys have the new FIAS contract, I will post it right there. All right, so FIAS is posted in YouTube now. So the throng that never ends, could you please look at Root and Talent Protocol? John Donnie, the name is FIAS, F-I-A-S. That is it's not all updated here, but it's LitCraft, LITCRAFT. So we'll talk about it. You'll see it in just a few minutes. You'll see it in just a few minutes. Let me go back over to DevvE, and you can see secret word, secret word, secret word, secret word. All right, so there we go. FIAS, that's right here. LitCraft. If you follow it on Twitter, it's going to be at LitCraft, LITCRAFT _DFE. So, and look, if that's going to be if that's going to be the thing that runs this ecosystem for gaming, then I'm all in. I just think, again, I think it takes gaming to happen before we actually see that sort of breakout from it, if you will. So yeah, DevvE corrected. FIAS came out. We'll see how this plays out, but I think it's going to play out pretty well. By the way, just to give you guys full clarification, Oops. Here we are right now. I think we're going to 107,000 on Bitcoin. In fact, it went to 106. What is this? 106,506 last night. I set a full-on take profit. I set a small long over here, and just to show you guys, I did on weeks, and I'm up 150% on it right now. Only a $60 profit. Like I'm not doing a whole bunch of money, but I set a full take profit here at 107,000. Where the fuck is my take profit? I am sure that I did that. Where's open order trigger? Okay, yeah. I set a full take profit at 107,000. So if we pump up to 107,000, I'm just going to close that position. I'm going to take the profit and I'm going to roll it over into what I think is going to be another dip coming. And I think that dip is coming very, very soon. And I think we might revisit 95. Come back down to maybe 100,000. So I think it's in my better interest to take that profit at 107,000, even if it breaks out even higher. Now, I might look at it in a few minutes and say, you know what, let's just go a little bit higher. But that's what I got right now. I also got one on Solana, but I don't like where that one is. If I look at the Solana one, my Solana is yeah, so I'm down about 4% on Solana. Like I really keep thinking that Solana is going to break out, and it just doesn't at any point break out. Like it's absolutely crazy to me that as a matter of fact, let's do this. I'm confident in Solana, so let's take this. We're gonna move over here real quick, and we're gonna transfer. I got $10 that I made off of you guys doing trading. By the way, make sure you sign up here at KCEX or CoinW to do some trading. We're gonna go into the futures, and we're gonna take that Solana play. We're down on it right now, and we're just going to throw $9.51 more into it at this price right now. So that will increase our position by a few bucks. And then we'll see what happens. Like I think, I think that Solana is due for a breakout. So let's see what happens. So anyway, there we go. Now, and that's going to be after Bitcoin runs, by the way. I think that we're going to see a lot of these things kind of break out. And I think Solana is just overdue for a breakout move at this point. Let's look at the RSI real quick. Yeah, dude, this is ready for an absolute explosive move. RSI is way down here. It's about to pop over the signal line, which means buy. And if it runs up here, then 220, 230, 240, 250, maybe 260, 270 coming back up here and testing some of these highs over here. I think very, very soon we're going to go up to the top of this range here. So might be a good play. So if you haven't already, you might want to get yourself or grab yourself. This might be a good opportunity to grab some Solana. Look, I think this Solana is overdue for a breakout, for one more breakout, because all the signals right now are showing a massive breakout ready for Solana. So, look for that to happen. But let's get into the news right now. Donald Trump reportedly plans to leverage $200 billion U.S. Treasury fund for Bitcoin reserve. Trump's bold Treasury strategy could establish the U.S. as a frontrunner in Bitcoin reserves amid global interest. Now, on December 15th, this is Dennis Porter, said that Trump plans to use the Treasury Exchange Stabilization Fund to implement his strategy after his inauguration. The Treasury, through the Exchange Stabilization Fund, has the authority to stabilize the dollar by buying cryptocurrencies. Might be having some problems here. Yeah, I think X might have just canceled me and cut me off. So if you were on X, come over here. The ESF, typically reserved for stabilizing financial markets during crises, has total assets of more than $200 billion. Historically, the fund has played a key role during events like the 2008 financial meltdown and the COVID-19 pandemic. Porter emphasized the importance of this move for U.S. financial strategy and the urgency of acting before other nations take the lead. If Trump decides against this order, Porter indicated that his organization would push for state-level legislation to advance the agenda. Now, if Trump decides that he doesn't want to do that, which I don't think that he will, then it looks like they're going to go to the people and see what the people are going to do about it. So, but here's the thing. Interest in Bitcoin reserves is on the rise. Brazil proposed legislation to allocate 5% of its international reserve to Bitcoin. Poland's presidential candidate Sławomir Mencen has vowed to create a Bitcoin reserve. In Japan, lawmakers have urged the government to consider similar measures. So with all of these things in place, it stands to reason that at some point very soon, we should see what would amount to just a crazy play here. And let me go check real quick and see what's going on over here. And I don't know. Anyway, the X just crashed. So no, actually it says that it's live. So I have no idea. I have no idea what's going on these. It's unbelievable. Anyway, so Donald Trump possibly establishing a $200 billion U.S. Treasury fund. Also, Trump is meeting with the SoftBank CEO today, and this is very simple. It's coming from Binance Square. Carolyn Levitt announced that Trump is scheduled to meet with the CEO of SoftBank. The details of the agenda have not been disclosed, but it is anticipated that the meeting will cover various topics of mutual interest. This development comes amid heightened attention to Trump's business engagements and potential collaborations with major global corporations. Observers are keen to see the outcomes of this meeting, given SoftBank's significant influence in the technology and investment sectors. That meeting is set to occur in the context of Trump's continued involvement in business activities following his presidency. So there you have it. It could be that this is the start of some really good meetings that will enhance digital asset, AI, and the technology sector. So could be very interesting. If you remember, by the way, I'm pretty sure that at one point SoftBank was one of those places where they were being asked to deplatform some of the major players in the crypto game, and I want to say that was just last year. So we could be looking at a real change in the dynamic of the way things operate in the United States. It's coming, guys. We are so close. Also, Donald Trump is reportedly tapping Brian Quintenz as head of the Commodities Futures Trading Commission. Quintenz, a prominent figure on digital assets and former Republican commissioner of the CFTC, is reportedly a frontrunner to lead the agency under Trump. He is currently head policy at A16Z Crypto, a digital asset division of Andreessen Horowitz, has been interviewed for the role. Both Quintenz and spokesperson for A16Z declined to comment, while the Trump transition team has yet to issue a statement. But it is known at this point. Prior to his tenure at the CFTC, he led Seculum Capital Management, a hedge fund, and served on Capitol Hill. His work at A16Z has included advocating for more accommodating regulatory policies in areas such as digital asset derivatives and event contracts, which allow retail traders to bet on various outcomes. The CFTC is viewed by many as the crypto industry's favorable regulator compared to the SEC. Industry leaders have long called for clear guidelines on whether their offerings fall under the jurisdiction of the CFTC or SEC. And by the way, they are, because they're acting like dummies. Like, I don't understand, by the way. And look, I'll be completely upfront with you guys. What these people do is stupid sometimes, because they're not clear in the way that they're looking at any of this, because the reason the SEC keeps coming after these people is because they're trying to use staking as part of their platform. And that's what the SEC keeps coming after. And if that's the case, then staking is the SEC's purvey. So I think that when this is all said and done, you're going to have to change the way staking protocol works for digital assets so that the SEC is not involved. But that's going to take an act of Congress. So I'm going to be real interested to see how the laws are broken down over the next little while for that. Also, if you're wondering why there was a big pump, MicroStrategy bought another 15,350 Bitcoin last night for 1.5 billion, taking their holdings to 439,000. And MicroStrategy stock was up another 6.5% in early trading. MSTR, where is? I think I might have gotten rid of it. MSTR. Stocks, boom, 427. It's unbelievable, guys. If you like, dude, you broke the bank right here. If you believed in, if you believed in Michael Saylor all this time, congratulations, you made it. He absolutely won the game at this point. I mean, if you go back here and you look at, we're on a 1 hour here, but if we go back to a daily chart and we start looking at, you know, from the bottom of 2022, MicroStrategy was trading at a low of $13.26. So from $13.26 when Bitcoin was at 16,000, MicroStrategy is now up 39x. So if you had put in $1,000, you would have $39,000 today in MicroStrategy. If you had put in 10,000, 390,000. If you put in 100,000, 3.9 million. This guy made millionaires with his Bitcoin move. And by the way, that's a return that's better than what you would have gotten had you just held Bitcoin at this point. So shout out to everybody who made out like a bandit because of that. Now, let's continue on here, because the big news of the day, XRP records $145 million in inflows, and it says Ripple price to $3, right? Well, does it look like it's going to $3? And if we look at the chart right now, then you've got to like what you're seeing. Now, what you are seeing, by the way, is you saw this big thing, you know, this big sort of downward motion in the chart, but you're just getting this pennant flag playing out. And this pennant flag, in all honesty, guys, I think we're gonna have a big dump. Just to clarify, I think we're gonna have a big dump, and the reason is this is 2020, and this is the altcoin market without Bitcoin, without Ethereum in it, and right around Christmas, we're in this area right here. By the way, just so you guys understand, like, look at this right here. This is how we are, right? We had a big surge. We had a dump down here. We created this channel, and then we were ranging right here at the top, and then it broke out, right? And then after it broke out, it dumped even harder than before and came down to the bottom of this range, okay? And actually, I shouldn't say that. It actually made this range, because up until that point, there was no range at all. Just kind of a, I think if there was a range, we would have been looking at it from this context, and we would have said, well, it broke out here, and then it dumped back down and started to find a lower low. Okay. Now, if we go back to XRP and we look at same, what are you seeing? Well, you're seeing the same thing. You're seeing that, you know, we formed this channel. We're coming down. Now what I expect is a breakout, and this is a breakout of about 35% to 327. So I don't think that we go that high. But if we have a 25% breakout from where we are right now, that comes up to, ironically, $3. So I do think there's a breakout to $3. After there's a breakout to $3, that's going to be, by the way, retest of the top over here, probably up a little bit higher, maybe even push up into this green here at 329. And then boom, we're coming down to this zone right here. Now, I'm not saying that that's going to happen, but I am saying that that's how the chart looked in 2020 around this same time. And look, it doesn't mean, just because that happened doesn't mean that it will happen again, but it does mean we should at least recognize that the potential exists for that to happen. The market does what the market does, and market makers, when you take days off, when the bulls take time off, and the bulls, by the way, are going to be motivated sellers very, very soon. Why? Because it's tax time and you want to take your money out to pay taxes. So we really could see a significant dump happen in this market. So, let's see how it plays out. But again, I do think that we're going to have a significant downside happening very, very shortly. And that's what I think is going to happen. So, we'll get a nice little surge up here, and then we'll get a big dump over here. And then we'll just be on to the races. Then we're going to have a big breakout, and then we're going to have all of that, and Josh says this. He says that chart 2020 didn't have this much bullish news. Yes, it did. It didn't have ETFs. I will grant you that. It didn't have all of the excitement that we're feeling with Donald Trump and stuff like that. But you know what it did have? It still had positive news. The news is just a way to manipulate, and it's just a way for bulls and bears that are sitting here in their pies in the sky, waiting for that opportunity, for that next big play, that next big move, whatever the case may be. They're going to manipulate this chart. And if you don't think that they're not going to dump, if you think that this time it's going to be different, you are the reason they get rich. Because if you believe that, if you say right now, oh, this is where I'm going to long it, this is where I'm going to long it right here, and then it pops up here, and you're like, yeah, baby, you go to sleep one night and you just got liquidated down here, because they will take your money. That is the way that it works. It has nothing to do with the news. The news is just the tool to manipulate retail up or down the charts. So I would, when you see XRP hit $3, for me, that is exit time. Okay. The next time it comes up here into this $3 range right here, that's going to be exit time, in my opinion, and then reaccumulate around $2, $2.50. Like just load your bag one more time and then just wait for the next big move, because that next big move is coming. I just think that around Christmas, buy yourself some XRP for Christmas and buy it on a dip. I do think that will happen. Could I be wrong? Yep. Could I be right? Yep. Do I know? Nope. But look at history, look at what it always does, and then decide for yourself. I mean, what I'm giving you is what happened in the market at the election, right? If I did, by the way, grant me this, right? Let's go back over here. And what happened in 2016? Boom, 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 boom. If you look at 2016, over here and here and here, right here and here and here. All right, so this is 2016, by the way. In case you didn't know, and in case you're looking for confirmation, remember the election of 2016 held in November. So let's find the spot. Let's put it in here. It's going to be November. November 2nd, right? All right. So what happened then? We had, right after the election, we had a big surge, right? Took us into January, and then we had a massive dump at the beginning of January. Okay. Now, this is just Bitcoin. This is the total crypto market cap, because we didn't have a bunch of altcoins, and we didn't have total 3 at that time. I think we might have gotten maybe total 2 by that point. Did we? No, we hadn't. We don't have total 2 at that point either. Yeah, maybe. Maybe we can use total 2 because that's going to have Ethereum, but it's got a huge gap right here. Like this is not reliable. I don't think that's reliable. So we have to look at this one. So Ethereum, the rest of the rest of the market is going to dip. Like we're going to have a moment here where we have some downward momentum for a short period of time as people are paying their taxes and stuff like that at the end of the year, and then we're going to be off to the races. Okay, just go with that, and you should be fine. Now, as far as as far as XRP, again, XRP hits $3 again. The smart move would be to take profit. And just to give you guys an idea, let's say you had 10,000 XRP and you sold it at $3 or you sold it right up here, right? If you had sold it right here, then your next move, by the way, I got this completely wrong, by the way. Let's move that up to the impulse right there. If you sold right there and you came back down here and you were able to buy that dip, you would have 10,000 I said? Yeah, so you would have sold 10,000 and then you would have been able to buy 10,000, keep 10,000 in profit, and then get the same 10,000 cheaper and then let it run back up. So if you played this right, then you made a nice little bag. And if you didn't, then you have now 14,000-ish or 13,000-ish XRP for the next run, if that's what you did. So yeah, I would be, look, XRP to $27 in this bull run. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. XRP to $27 in this bull run, and it is playing out right now to perfection. All right. And by the way, what do we give you as the goal for XRP for the end of this year? $3. Where do we get? $3. Actually, I think we said $2.50. So it went over to $3, but we got there. You know what I mean? SWE is at 479 right now. And by the way, if you got into SWE, shout out. If you got in low, if you got in down here in this 30, 40, even $1 range, you got into SWE. SWE was a breakout champion of this bull run so far. Here, the problem with this, and this is for Selmo right here. The problem with SWE for me, and it's not a huge problem, but it's already number 15 overall at 14 billion market cap. And you have to ask yourself, how does it fit into the rest of these ecosystems? Could it 10x from there? Certainly. Will it 10x from there? I think so, but I don't know. But I'm not here for 10x. You know what I mean? Like if I'm here for 10x, then I would be looking at Solana, or I would be looking at Bitcoin or Ethereum or something like that, or Tron. Like I don't know that SWE would be the one that I would go with. Just not sure about it at that point. I know everybody's bullish on it. I know people like it. I understand that. But the fact that it's cooked so much so quickly means that it can't keep going like that before it has to correct huge. So I'm not as bullish. I was bullish down there at 30 cents or $1, but now the amount of bullishness is wearing off. Now, as far as the fear and greed index, we're sitting at 83 right now. It's just that time. Guys, if there's one thing that I'm bullish on, though, it's going to be DevvE. And the reason for DevvE is because unlike SWE, which is at a $14 billion market cap, DevvE is currently at a $30 million market cap. That's why I'm bullish, because in the event that it goes to SWE's market cap, just put it this way. If you like SWE, and I think that DevvE is a better project than SWE, I'll just put it to you that way. And let's go to and we're going to compare the market cap between DevvE and SWE. So if DevvE went to the same market cap as SWE, DevvE would be $168 per coin, and it would be a 216x. And that would be and by the way, this says $65 million market cap. And the reason for that is because you have to take the circulating supply versus the total supply, and you do the math a little bit differently. And the circulating supply market cap is 30 million. The overall market cap is 60 million. So that's where the variance is right now. And by the way, if you were to come down to Sweet right here, then you can see here that the market cap total supply is 10 billion, max supply is 10 billion. So they're not holding back any. So it's got a pure market cap. So the variance right there is the difference between the release supply versus what is being held right now. So you're at about 65 million total, which again means 216x from where it is, and $168 per token. Which, by the way, for me, y'all never see my ass again. If DevvE were to go to $168, you would see, look, here's all I'm going to say. If DevvE, for any reason, were to explode right now and go up 216x, you tomorrow, I mean, if that happened in a day, just if that happened in a day, tomorrow you would be watching a clip of me standing on my chair showing you my asshole until I got banned from Twitter and YouTube. And yeah, I would be asleep at the wheel. You know what I mean? That's how whacked out I would be, because look, I think that's somewhere in the neighborhood of $15-20 million. So get the fuck out of here. Anyway, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't actually do that because I like what I do here. So I'm not really going to do that. But it would be $168. So I would be taking out a few of my DevvE just to make sure that I paid myself, if you know what I mean. And yeah, then we would be we would be upgrading a lot around y'all. So there it is. That's what would happen. Now, by the way, if you are interested, if it went to Ethereum's level, DevvE would be $5,700, which for me would be in the neighborhood of $140 million. Wild. So 200,000. So that would be wild. Okay, it would be wild. So now let's get into it here. If you have not, I'm going to recommend that you get some DevvE. And by the way, again, these are pie in the sky numbers. These are not just the ultimate, this is what's going to happen sort of. When I give you this stuff, look, I think that DevvE is going to have an explosive move. I do think that by the end of look, if we get the announcement that I'm expecting to get, and it's the company that I expect it to be and all of that, then DevvE is going to be worth $50. Okay, the end. Like it'll just go up to $50, because at $50 per token, then you would be talking about $1 billion market cap or something like that. Like it's not gonna be a huge amount. Like it's not even 100x from where it is right now. So you know what I mean? Like 3 billion market cap, some shit like that, something like that. So I do think that, and by the way, not only would that happen, just consider this in this ecosystem, FIAS would explode too. And I'm holding a bunch of FIAS as well. So I think the whole thing would just be absolutely bonkers. Speaking of absolutely bonkers, do you have a bag of MSI token? Because if you don't have a bag of MSI token, there's probably something broke inside you. And it's probably not like a giant, light bulb. Did you see that video, by the way? Stuck in the ER from a light bulb in the B. Whoo, bet that hurt. So these are the updates, okay? These are the updates for Tickertrending in quarter one. ticker price, which I had a conversation with them about this, that I think it was going to be a little bit better, a little bit easier to communicate with you guys. Like I want to use Tickertrending instead of using Dex tools or something like that. But you have to flip over here to market cap to show you what the market cap is, and you have to kind of figure it out. 1.73 million. So I do think that there's some opportunity here for a better layout here. Like I would like to see across the top here, like a market cap, stuff like that, right? So what are they doing? You're going to have ticker price. You're going to have market cap. You're going to have the price change history, history-based volume, history-based holders, 24-hour traders, token security details, and top 10 holders on every project listed here on Tickertrending. So making this even better for you is what it's all about, right? So I reached out to Pablo. Pablo listened, and now they're going to have some big updates here for Tickertrending. That will include everything: the CAT, MMA, SPX, Epstein, PopDog, HODL, Sato. All of these are going to have the same thing. By the way, I am also a holder of Sato, who is the mother of Doge and Nero. That is the young lady who bought or rescued, Doge, Kabosu, and the new puppy Nero. So, at some point that's going to be a narrative that will probably blow up. And by the way, when you look at Sato right here, you should probably take this right here. It's going to go 10x, 20x soon. It's just going to have a blowout, at some point when the dog memes start to rip one more time. So I would be looking at that as an opportunity for a big play. Again, these narratives, they pop and then they dump, and then you wait for that next big pop, and it's coming. This market is about to switch, and when it does, make sure that you have a bag of these MSI. And by the way, if you have not, I can't show you on here, and I can't show you because I don't keep a wallet attached to this computer anymore. But if you go to Radium and you provide liquidity for Coins Chick Coin, right here, then what you get on this one is an opportunity to, there we go. Here's the liquidity pools. I'm in the first one right here. So I'm getting LFGO, I'm getting Bonk, I'm getting Gummy, I'm getting Sato. That's Magi over there. And then I'm getting LFGO. Yeah. Bonk, Gummy, Sato, LFGO, and then Magi is what I'm getting over here. Now, they have another liquidity pool that just popped up, and I don't know what each and every one of these are, but it looks like Solana. It looks like you get some Coins Chick, you get some USDC. 285 is the APR on that one. But getting into this new one, APR is 43,755. So providing liquidity pays off tremendously when you're doing that. And by the way, I've probably cashed out at this point $300 or $400. I put in almost 2,000 to provide liquidity for CCC, and I've probably cashed out 300 or something like that, 300 or 400 so far. And it's in Bonk, it's in Gummy, it's in Sato, it's in LFGO. And I think it's a good mix. I think it's a good mix of meme coins for me. So make sure you get some CC coin. And if you do, provide liquidity for it. And if you do, then you're going to get rewarded, and you're going to get more tokens just for your time. Another one that we got to talk about, and we're going to make some content. And look at this. It unfollowed again. But BIBU token any moment now. They're working behind the scenes. Major news coming in the days to come. So you're going to see BitBull absolutely take off. And these guys are dedicated, and they are motivated to make something happen. Okay. It is at this point, look, when you look at the overall market, meme coins are not exploding. Meme coins are, ooh, somebody sold off gigantic on DevvE. Look at this one. Sometimes you get them little babies out there, and look at that one. They sold off 20,000. Somebody else sold off 50,000. And look at this. It was an early investor. No big deal. Anyway, back down to 60 cents. So this is your accumulation time. You have an opportunity right now to, well, shit, that didn't last very long. God damn. There's a lot of money going at, but anyway, look, if you have a chance to make 50 grand, you take that opportunity to make 50 grand. And this one right here, you had, what is this? This is drained 0.06. Oh, poor guy. And look, it's getting bought back up pretty quickly. So, DevvE, a nice dip, a nice buying opportunity, and do it right now, by the way. I don't know. Let's see what it looks like there. If you are looking at it, there's the impulse right there. I mean, that's about as perfect as it gets on a retracement. So I would expect to see at this point from here, a move either back to the all-time high or to at least the 236. So I think that you've got this move coming up very, very soon on DevvE. So I would certainly be buying right now. I would certainly be buying right now. Oh, and by the way, don't forget Magic Internet Money. So we did a video on this the other day. I do think this thing is going to break out and catch this top here any moment now. And then it'll trend sideways and it'll probably break out. Magic Internet Money is the funny way we talk about meme coins and shit like that. We call, Bitcoin stuff Magic Internet Money. So I think that this one is going to have one of those funny narratives that people are going to be like, yeah, I'm in. I'm definitely in. And it's been around for almost a year now. So, all these things are going to have these significant breakouts. But back to BIBU. BitBull is going to have, this is create your own meme if you hadn't before, and create your own meme. But there's always something that they're working on. And look, they're going to get listed on major exchanges. They're going to do a lot to satisfy investors and create opportunity. They had a big run, they had a big pump, they had a big opportunity, and now if you come over here and look at it from this context, not from this top, but from this area right here, you can look right here, and maybe if it breaks out from right here, again, goes absolutely parabolic from this point. But look, they got a long way to go. So BitBull it's a team that's working in the background right now, like everything. And if you're mad at your meme coin for not pumping while the market is blood red, you got issues, man. You got major issues, or you're an absolute degen. And if you're an absolute degen and this is the shithole that you party in, that's okay. Mom's up 38x right now. Shitcoin's up 7x right now. There are places where you can make a few bucks, but look, you put $100 in, you cash out $700, you leave a moon bag in, and you move on to the next one, right? Like that's all you do. You just throw a few bucks at something, it pumps super hard, you make a few bucks off of it. You know what I mean? Like, and that's what you're doing. You're just shitcoin showdown is basically what this is. So if you're doing that, you can make money, but I mean, don't get caught. Don't get caught. That's all I'm saying. Don't get caught in a situation where your stuff is just don't lose everything trying to find the next $1 million project. Make a few bucks, make a few bucks, make a few bucks, make a few bucks, and then move on. Or do like me, just hodl, just hold on and try to find different ways to earn or get new stuff. That's it. That's all you got to do. And if you do that, and you do it successfully, bang, you just won. You know what I mean? So there you go. That's it. Let's look at the Bitcoin ETFs. The flow on Friday for the ETF, 430 million. For the Ethereum ETF, should be red. It is not red. Jesus Christ! Like still positive. 24 million. Look, I'm predicting outflow on the Ethereum ETF, and it just never seems to happen. It just never seems to happen. But when you see all of this right here, you see all these reds right here. You see that. You see Ethereum. BlackRock's the only one with the inflows right now. That's usually a sign that there's going to be a reversal, and then we're going to see some red in the market. But again, it's I don't know. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully, you will take advantage of it. And remember, if you haven't already, by the way, this would be very cool. If you guys have a moment today, go to Tickertrending, sign up for Tickertrending, and create your own dashboard. and then look at and then create a watch list, and then share your watch list with me. This is currently my watch list. Let's bang, and let's save that. And that's my Tickertrending watch list. Okay. If the DevvE hits even $100, I'm buying you 2 season suite tickets for the Bears. I will accept. Absolutely. Yeah, let's let's see what happens. But in the meantime, that's the show, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. And we will talk to you again tomorrow. Thank you so much. And it's not financial advice, but I'm always right. Well, it's safe to say now that we're in the best phase of the bull market, and everything indicates that we've got 4 or 5 more active and volatile months in crypto ahead of us until spring. There are tons of bullish factors, and what's especially exciting this time is that this bull run isn't fueled by retail. Top institutional players are making big moves, giving the market much more growth potential than previous crypto cycles. We can't afford to miss this opportunity. Given the current market situation, now is the perfect time to accumulate positions. While weak hands are selling, institutions are buying. And for those looking to maximize gains from this bull run without taking unnecessary risk, Cryptonomy has launched an innovative product that unlocks the full potential of their elite trading team. And guys, I am thrilled to introduce you to the Cryptonomy Margin Trading Program. With this program, every Cryptonomy user can fully capitalize on the current market phases, backed by phenomenal performance achieved by the Cryptonomy team, thanks to extensive preparation for this period. Now, let's talk about some of the key features. You can customize your trading position to fit your needs. You can select the duration of the trade, the leverage level, and any of the 700 plus available coins for trading, and you know they have a big supply. Profits accumulate daily in the native coin of your deposit. All trading activity is insured up to 6.1 GBP by the Cryptonomy Foundation, making this product highly secure for users while granting access to margin trading benefits and years of trading expertise. Combine this program with staking and the Launchpool to unlock the full potential of your Cryptonomy account. This allows every user to maximize gain during this period while eliminating risks and FOMO, which is critical at this time. Now, guys, if you are interested in future and margin trading, this is your time to get in. You can make a deposit and start trading today.